Hi, this is Tony, and this is another Phoenician inscription for you. The title of this presentation today is Phoenician Magic, Arslan-Tash Amulets, AT1, Circa 730 BC, and it's under Chi 27A. Here we have a photo of the amulet itself. This is the front face and the back face of the amulet, or recto and verso, or observe and reverse face of the amulet. Here we also have photos of the bottom of the amulet, the left side, right side, and the top. And we can see that the inscription continues on all these sides, which is probably typical for magical inscriptions. This is a schematization of the amulet itself by Dr. Pardee from 1998. I have taken this from one of my reference, which I have included a link to at the end of this video presentation. And here we can see again the observe face, the reverse face, and the edges, superior, inferior edge, left and lateral edge of this amulet. Arslan-Tash Incantations, Historical and Archaeological Description. Arslan-Tash, or lion stone in Turkish, is the ancient Hadatu of the Assyrians. Built on the ancient commercial and strategic route between the Euphrates River, Harran, and Aleppo. This was the city where the Assyrians assembled their armies to attack the west of Asia Minor. TBᵓN III, who reigned between 745 to 725 BC, who was an Assyrian king, built a temple to Ishtar and a royal residence in this city of Hadatu. In this city, many Phoenician ivory artifacts were found, and where these two amulets were also found, AT1 and AT2. AT1 is discussed in this presentation, and AT2 will be discussed in the next presentation. This site is near Ain al-Arab, a Syrian village located near the border with Turkey. These two amulets of natural limestone are in good state of conservation, were bought initially by Count du Mesnil du Buisson in 1933 from a Syrian peasant, and were gifted in 1939 by the same Count du Mesnil du Buisson to the Aleppo Museum, where they would still be hopefully found until this day. Arslan-Tash Incantations, Historical and Archaeological Description. AT1, which is A for Arslan, T for Tash, and 1 for amulet number 1, measures 8.2 centimeters in length or height, 6.7 centimeters in width or broadness, and 2.2 centimeters in thickness. The holes on the top of the amulets were evidently used to hang these at the doors of private houses to ward off malevolent divinities and demons. It contains in relief on the observed face the figures of a winged and helmeted sphinx and of a she-wolf with a scorpion's tail in the act of swallowing a human child. On the reverse, it shows a figure carved in an Assyrian manner of a threatening deity pictured as a bearded warrior wielding an axe. The main inscription is carved around in between the figures and continued on the edges of the plaits. Arslan-Tash Incantations, Historical and Archaeological Description. 3 minor inscriptions in smaller lettering were also carved on the figures themselves. The script is Aramaic in style, and the language is Phoenician, adulterated by some Aramaic, to likely make it more magical. There were different interpretations of these inscriptions by individual scholars. Some scholars even doubted the authenticity of AT1 and AT2 inscriptions, but most scholars think otherwise. Dr. Charles Krahmalkov, in his many books which I have, tends to ignore the AT1 and AT2 as if these were not Phoenician inscriptions at all, and I do not know why. Phoenician inscription using the modified Latin alphabet. On the recto or the observed face we read L๋ŠT لِعْبْتُ أَلَتْسَسْوم بن.پدرش شو إل بالحنقت مور بيت أبو بلتبونو. On the verso or reverse side we read وتصور إدريخ بلتدرخنو كرت لنو L'ШT أشور كرت لنو وكل بني ألوم ورب كل قديسيم ب:L'ШMيم وأرتس العلم ب:L'بعل. Phoenician inscription using the modified Latin alphabet continued. On bottom edge, Adon kil Arets ب:L'T. On the left edge, ḥRN ᵓDRK ᵓRTY ℔ on the right edge, ℓ On the Sphinx, لِعْبْتُ BİحْدَرШ عبروا LLYN. On the she-wolf, BᵓLT on and near the figure of the god, يצא. לי פתחיה ור.ל יצא.שמש ᵓDRK │L'PTᵓ. Phoenician inscription using the Hebrew alphabet. This would be my second reading for this inscription, and I'm going to read and pronounce some words differently from my first reading. We will discuss that later on in this video presentation. So let us start reading, and I'm going to read it slowly to you. L๋ŠT لِعْبْتُ أَلَتْسَسْوم بن.پدرش شو إل بالحنقت مور بيت أبو بلتبونو أتصور إدريخ بلتدرخنو كي كرت لنو علم أشور كرت لنو كل بني ألوم ورب كل قدوشيم ب:L'شميم وأرتس العلم ب:L'بعل أدون كل أرتس ب:L'ШT إيشرتم شبع ශ්רty ושמונה ishadbal kadosh. لِعْبْתُ بִחדר عبروا LLYN בבית-לחצת הלכו מצא. לי-פתחי ואור למזוזות יצא.שמש ביסס ḥL'PTᵓ │L'PTᵓ. An English translation. Incantation against the flying ones. Oath of Sasom, son of Pidrāsh. Whisper these words, and to the stranglers say, the house I enter you shall not enter, and the courtyard I shall tread you shall not tread, because Ashur had made an eternal pact with us. He has made it with us and all the sons of God, and the numerous generations of all the holy ones have made it. It is accompanied by oath of the heavens and the earth, the eternal witnesses, by oath of Baal, the Lord of all the face of the earth, by oath of the wife of ḥRN, whose mouth is bound, and of her 7 co-wives, of the 8 wives of the sacred master, against the flying ones from the dark chamber. Pass now, now, night demons, from the house begone outside. It has arrived at my door and has thrown light on the doorposts. The sun has risen like a moth. Pass on and forever fly away. A French translation of this inscription. Conjuration contre les volantes. Acte de sa somme, fils de P'dršč. Chuchote ces paroles et aux étrangleuses déclare. La maison où j'entre, vous n'entrez pas. Et le parvis que je foule, vous ne le foulez pas. Car le Dieu assure a conclu avec nous un pacte éternel. Il l'a conclu avec nous et tous les fils des dieux, et avec les nombreuses générations des saints, par le pacte des cieux et de la terre, pour toujours, par proscription de Baal, maître de la face de la terre. Par le pacte de la femme de Horon, qui a lié sa gueule, et les 7 coépouses, les 8 épouses du Seigneur sacré. Contre les volantes de la demeure obscure, passez pas à pas les nocturnes. De cette maison, prenez la route. Elle est arrivée à la porte, et la lumière au montant de la porte. Le soleil s'est levé, comme les papillons de nuit, elles ont passé, et pour toujours, elles se sont envolées. An Arabic translation. تعويذة ضد العفاريت الطائرة. قسم ساسوم ابن بِدْرَاش. وشوش هذه الكلمات وللعفاريت الخانقة قل: البيت الذي أدخله لا تدخلنه، والساحة التي تدوسها قدماي لا تدوسنها، لأن الإله آشور قطع لنا عهدا أبديا، قطعه معنا ومع كل أبناء الآلهة ومع عديد أجيال المقدسين، بميثاق السماوات والأرض للأبد، بميثاق الإله بَعْل رب كل وجه الأرض، بقسم زوجة حورون التي ربط فمها، وبقسم ضرائرها ال7 ال8 زوجات السيد المقدس، ضد العفاريت الطائرة من الغرفة المظلمة. اعبرنا اعبرنا الآن يا عفاريت الليل، من هذا البيت خرجنا إلى سبيلكن. لقد وصلت، وعلى الباب قد نشرت أنوارها على أعتابه. إنها الشمس قد أشرقت كالعث، كفراشات الليل اعبري، وإلى الأبد طيري بعيدا. Comments on this inscription, Phoenician vocabulary. The first word is that we're going to discuss today is the first word of this inscription, and the word is L‘ṣT, which means in Phoenician incantation or conjuration. Some even have translated it as whispering incantation or a conjuration. The word L‘ḥaṣa in Hebrew means whispering. In Syriac, a similar word would be L‘ḥaṣa, in Aramaic L‘ḥaṣa, in Ugaritic L‘ṣT like Phoenician. Additional meanings could be, in addition to whispering, witchcraft and sorcery. LᶜPTᵓ, meaning the flying ones, of the verb to fly in Phoenician. The last aleph of this word might be the Aramaic matris lectionis letter. Alat, meaning oath or covenant or curse. In Hebrew, a similar word would be Allah, and is used mainly for curse, like in Leviticus 29. The word used for covenant in Hebrew is the word brit, like in Genesis 9, 12, 13. The covenant with Noah, ot habrit et ḥeshet. The covenant of Noah was the ḥeshet, the rainbow, which was a symbol from or sign from God that God will not drown all living being on earth. Unfortunately, this sign, which is a biblical symbol, was taken by the secular humanist religion to represent a community which goes against all the precepts and commandments of the Bible. Shu, meaning whisper, and it's an imperative form of the verb. Elle is a demonstrative pronoun, and it's in the plural form, meaning these or those. See my previous video about demonstrative pronouns. Note here the Aramaic and Hebrew H at the end, which could represent a matris lectionis letter. Comments on this inscription Phoenician vocabulary continued. Next word we're going to look at is the word ḥNQT, meaning the stranglers. It's a feminine word, and it's from the verb ḥanaq, and it means to strangle in Hebrew, Phoenician, and Arabic. In Arabic, the ḥ is changed into a th sound, so it would be ḥanaqa. ḥanaq in Aramaic. More meaning say, order. It is the imperative form of the verb omer, and it's similar to the Hebrew tzivui imperative form of the verb, and it's like fa'al al-amr in Arabic. You can look here, fa'al al-amr and more. And if there is anything of grammar that we're going to learn today, it would be having different examples of the tzivui, the imperative form of the Phoenician verb. ḥNQT omor. Some authors have read it as ḥNQT omor, these two words together, the lamb's neck breaker. I disagree with them, and I think these two words should be separate. ḥNQT are the stranglers, and more is say to them. Obu, meaning enter. We've discussed this word before. Tebonu, it's the word for plural, and the t is for the feminine form. Bal is the negating particle in Phoenician, and I've discussed it in my previous video. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. The word hatzor, meaning enclosure, courtyard, permanent settlement, similar to hadira in Arabic, meaning enclosure for animals. I'm not sure if you may recall, there was a large Canaanite city in northern Palestine called Hatzor, and this city was taken by the Hebrews at the time of Joshua. Second word we're gonna look at is the word idrech, meaning tread, from derech, meaning road, and it's similar to Hebrew, derech. And even in Arabic, we say ad-darakul asfal. Idrechnu, you tread in plural, and the T is for feminine form. Tarat, meaning cut off, kill, execute, make a covenant. And it's similar to Hebrew, qata'a ahdan. In Arabic also. Qata'a, tarat, cut off, execute, make a covenant. L'ŠT, meaning an eternal pact, eternal covenant. Ashur, meaning the god of the Assyrians. Comments on this inscription, more Phoenician vocabulary. Urab, Waw is for conjunction, and Rab meaning multitude, similar to Hebrew. Dor meaning generation, similar to Hebrew. Kedoshim or Kidishim meaning the sacred ones. Shamim means the heavens in plural. See my previous videos. Aretz meaning the earth in Phoenician and also in Hebrew. Al-Ard in Arabic and Ara in Aramaic. Adon meaning master, lord in Phoenician. Eshat meaning wife in Phoenician, and it's Esha in Hebrew. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. Ratompi or Ratompia, meaning attached, bound. P is mouse in Phoenician. Dupont-Sommer in 1939 reads this phrase as Ratompi, Her mouse is bound, which Kako in 1973 endorses, drawing attention to the long sloping stroke that characterizes the initial defaced letter. He compares this verb to the Arabic form artam, having a broken nose, speaking unintelligibly, which is in turn related to the verb ratama anfahu. Some authors have read this word as tam instead of ratam as tam, meaning perfect mouse. Pi or pia is the Old Canaanite pronunciation, meaning her mouse, and it's same in Hebrew. So you can pronounce it as pi, or that is her mouse, or pia, that's her mouse. So you can say ya or yi. And this is how I read it in the two forms in my previous readings of this inscription. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. Sheba, meaning 7, similar to Hebrew. In Arabic, it's Saba. Surrati or Surratiya, ya is the Old Canaanite pronunciation, and it means concubines, or better, co-wives. In Arabic, it's Durra. Durratiha Sab'a. Shmone, wow is for conjunction, and Shmone is the number 8, with the final H as an Aramaic Hebrew matris lectionis. Hader, meaning chamber, room, same in Hebrew and also in Arabic. Al-Akhdar al-Samawiyya, al-Ghuraf al-Samawiyya, the heavenly domains and rooms. Hoshech, meaning dark, and it's similar to Hebrew. This word Hoshech appears several times in the first page of the Bible in the book of Bereshit, the chapter 1. Oboru, meaning past. You is for plural. It is the imperative form of the verb abar, and it's similar to Arabic. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. Palm, palm, meaning foot. Palm means foot. The expression foot by foot in French, pas à pas. L‘LYN, meaning the nocturnes, the night demons, likely an Aramaic word. A similar word in Phoenician would have ended with a feminine plural ot, like leliyot. Lel, meaning night in Phoenician, Layla in Hebrew, and al-Layl in Arabic. Some authors have read this word as Lilith. Lilith, the night demon, the famous Lilith of the Jewish mythology, the first wife of Adam. L‘XT, similar to the Hebrew word L‘XT, meaning squeezed, pressed, squashed, stressed out. Holech or holechu, meaning to go, to walk. U is for plural, similar to the Hebrew and Aramaic. Halaka in Arabic has a different meaning, and it means to perish. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. Metza, meaning rising. In Hebrew, motza, meaning place or act of going forth. Also used for east, the place of the rising of the sun. See my previous videos about the Azitiwada inscription. Lipathi or lipathiya, from verb petah, meaning to open. Meaning here is my door, similar to Arabic fataha. Ur, meaning light in Phoenician and Hebrew. Nur in Arabic. Mezuzot, meaning doorpost in the feminine plural form, similar to the word in Hebrew mezuzah, doorpost. Now it means the doorpost and what's affixed on it, usually a Jewish prayer. More Phoenician vocabulary from this inscription. The expression Yetza.Shemesh, meaning the sun rises. It's similar to Hebrew. Kisas, meaning like for key, and sas for moth. In Akkadian, the word for moth is sasum, In Hebrew, it's Sas. In Syriac, it's Sasa. In Arabic, it's Ith. Halep or Halepu in plural, meaning to pass by, to move fast, to pass through, to pass by. U is for plural. It's similar to Hebrew and Aramaic. Wildor, Waw is a conjunction, and L is for, and Dor meaning generations, and it's similar to Hebrew. Hop or Apu or Afu, meaning fly away. It is the imperative form of the verb ap or Apu, the plural. Some, including my grandmother Jalili, God bless her soul, in Lebanese pronounce bird as afsur instead of the classical Arabic asfur. The former, which is afsur, is closer to Phoenician and may literally mean that the bird is what flies from the rock. Af, fly, and sur is rock. Afsur is what flies from the rock. This is my final reading for this inscription. On this slide and the following slides, I have written this inscription myself using the Phoenician letters. And in addition to the Tashkil al-Arabi, al-Harakat al-Arabiya, I've also added the vowels of the Latin alphabet on top of the letters to help me read this inscription to you in a better way. So let us start this inscription, this magical inscription reading, final reading for you today. L๋ŠT بِعَبَّوتُ أَلَتْسَسَوم بن.پدرش شو اللي بالحنقات مور بيت أبو بلتبونو عتصور إدرخ بلتدرخنو إي كارت لانو علت علام أشور كارت لانو لانو وكل بني علام ورب دور كل قديثيم ب:L'ШMيم وأرتس العلام ب:L'بعل أدون كل أرتس ب:L'ШT إشرتم بيا شبع ثرتية وشمونة ḥشت بعل قدوش لعبوتو بحضر حشخ عبروا بام للين ببيت بحطست هلخو ميتسا لبتحية أور لمزوزات יצא.שמש ייסס חלפו וילדור עפו. These are my references for this video presentation. Thank you for watching. See you next time with the Arslan-Tash Amulet number 2. May God bless you and keep you safe in these times. Thank you.